Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. All right. Hello. How's everybody doing this morning? Wow. What an amazing 24 hours, man. Wow. All right. So anyway, who's here today? Let's see. We got Greg Jonick first. All right. Here's your happy dance, man. All right. Yeah. Just another nut. Hello, everyone. Jaime Palmetto Obey. All right. Little Chihuahua Big World is here. Great to see you. Let's see who else. Greg Jonick, Highway Star. Yeah. Let's see. Griffey's here. All right. All the way from Australia. all the way from Australia. Um, let's see. Highway Star, Greg Jonick. Touche with the 2-month membership milestone. Can I get 2 eggs over easy with toast? All right. Yeah. Terry Barnes, good morning, friends. This is the day the Lord hath made. Will we rejoice and be glad in it? Absolutely, positively. Look, we got Big Bork, Little Bite. Time to drive to work. All right, you do that. Listening in while driving. All right, Little Chihuahua, Terry Barnes. Kingston 2000, good morning, all. That's everybody. That's Holly. Let's see. Where are we? Oh, touche. That's right. You get with that membership milestone, you get a happy dance. Here you go. All right. Thank you. Let's see. Griffey, Little Chihuahua, Highway Star. Taipei 23. I have some community news about auditors filming the public. Oh, definitely. Let me know. Let me know. Yes. Let's see. David Lee. Good morning, all you awesome people. Good morning to you. Donna Ray. Oh, Toby Keith. Yes. We'll get in. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, Zerzu Zyquin is here. Good morning, everybody. Morning, Zerzu. Brian Showman is here. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to you too. King Pokey, Master of the Railroads, is here. Lisa Alcazar is here. Good morning. Good to see you. The Linux guy is here. All right, welcome. Good to see you. Let's see who else. Society Red is in the house. Let's see who else is here. Oh, Katie Zed is here. All right. Thank you, Katie. Absolutely. Griffey, 45 seconds before pizza. There's actual legal recourse against frauditors outside of YouTube for people's images that are used through a judge. I would think this is the same for any bully on YouTube. Oh, that's interesting. That's definitely interesting. Let's see. Florida Jim, what's up? Roisin is here. What's up? Let's see. Griffey for 2 Australian. Tay's News Now Voodoo. We'll get there. News Now Enemy. I'm going back to bed. I'd rather go back to bed. Let's see. Andrew Forrest. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Andrew. All right. It looks like I'm caught up with the chat. All right, guys. I don't know if you can tell. I'm already a little off my game this morning. Sue Bear's here. What's up? Yeah, I woke up after everything yesterday, obviously. That was heavy. And then there's some other stuff about that we need to talk about too. But so that was a heavy day. But then I wake up this morning and I've already got that in my brain. And then the first thing I see while I'm setting up the show, it was only, I mean, at this point, maybe 45 minutes ago, Irish Demon posts that that Triggered Limey passed away. And yesterday when we were doing on his account was in our chat, I thought it was him. Yeah, great. Oh yeah, of course. Am I back on the air? Okay, I'm back. So, I just found out, and it so yesterday in our chat, again, somebody on his account, we didn't know if it was, well, at the time, we said we didn't know if it was him or one of his family members or somebody. We didn't know, but so when we saw Triggered Limey in the chat, we thought, oh, he's okay after all. Yay! This is great. So just yesterday, I'm like, oh, all right, cool. And then this morning I find out he's gone. Um, so yeah, well, fuck is right, Kova. So what else we got? So a group of lawyers said that people can file in small claims court and ask for $2,000 every time they use their image. See, I like that. I like that a lot. That's the kind of stuff that we got to find out more details about and get the information more out there to the victims of these frauditors, that they do have legal recourse. I could have sworn he was in chat yesterday. He was. That's the thing. And we even questioned it at the time. We're like, whoa, wait a minute, is that really him? And then we looked and I mean it was his account. Um, you know, so so what it was him. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I got the morning Maggie K. So we get the whole I got the whole I'm sorry. Anyway, yeah, it that's anyway, guys, we're here to get our heads out of all that going on in the world right now and try to just start our morning, making fun of some idiot frauditors and having some fun and tasing some voodoo dolls. In fact, what I already get some tasting requests. Yeah, I got two. So let's go ahead and let's do that. Let's start having some fun and getting off of this for a minute. Oh yeah, and Toby Keith passed away too. Um oh yeah, okay. And again, the first thing I mentioned was the Ray Ray situation. Starting with that, Ray wants to come up and say something about that. Few words. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, women and children of all ages, my producer, the one, the only, the amazing, the fantastic, the gorgeous Ray Ray. Ah, wrong button. All right.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Gonna be all right?
I'm a little off my game, but I don't want to. This show isn't supposed to be about me and how I'm feeling, so that's a whole different thing. Go ahead.
Can be. I mean, if you're feeling upset, then be upset. I mean, it's okay. Um, what was I?
You were going to talk about the Welsh News
Oh
Network.
yes. Last night, Welsh News Network invited us for a chat later in the evening and informed us that a bunch of you nice people were in his chat last night, and he ran a fundraiser for me. And I just want to tell those of you that donated that I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. And thank you is not enough. I mean, those two little words just are not enough. And I can't tell you how surprised I was and how grateful I am to all of you who have shown me support and have been there, have sent me messages, have commented, have just shown me that this community is the best on YouTube. That's all I have to say, because I can't find the words to thank you guys for everything you've done just in less than 24 hours. The support you've shown has been amazing to me. And I love you guys. I really do. Thank you.
Yeah, and it was extremely well, especially for Ray, because for those of you who were here yesterday during it, you saw in the chat that Welsh said that he wanted to do something like that. And then he came to me afterwards and asked me a couple questions, but I was like, well, I don't know, man, but then he, like she said, he's like, hey, I want to give it with you guys and tell you something. And it's like, whoa, wait a minute, what? Wait, you did what? It was amazing. And yes, thank all of you guys so very much for all your support of Ray. And it it's astounding. It really is. Thank you.
Yeah, it's
Anything else you want to?
just been, I'm one that usually keeps things to myself, handles things myself, thinks that I'm strong enough to handle things myself. But coming to you guys was probably the best decision I ever made, because I realized I cannot handle everything on my own. And I need my friends, I need my little family I've made here to help me through this. And you guys have been just amazing. And I really don't think thank you is enough, because it isn't. And I just don't know how to tell you how much I appreciate all of you. So, I love you guys immensely. All I've got is thank you, though.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for you guys. Holy shit.
Yeah.
And of course, all of our thoughts and prayers and everything. And round of applause for Ray Ray. Oh wow. Yeah, it was astounding. Like I said, I mean, like dictionary definition, I was astounded when I found out what happened. I was like, wait, Welsh, you did what? Wow.
Yeah.
And then of course you guys are the ones that made it happen or made it possible. Like it was
Yeah.
amazing. Um whew, it's a lot. Um of
A very emotional
yes.
24 hours for all of us. So we'll try and decompress a little, and like I said, if anyone has questions, you feel free to email me. I'm very open about what's going on. So somebody asked about why there's no GoFundMe. Simple matter is trolls. I don't want to deal with trolls. Thank you.
Yeah, it's it's a lot. No, go ahead. What?
Nothing. Paul made me laugh. That's all.
Oh. Yeah. And again, I'm well, for anyone who follows the show for a long time, I finally uploaded my picture of the takedown exposing Frauditors sign, if that cheers anybody up. I'm sorry. Oh man. But like I said earlier, I don't want to just like harp on where I'm at, but on the other hand, it's like obviously you guys are going to be able to tell that I'm a little off my game today. That whole situation, everything that's been going on with Ray, has been weighing on me. And then after yesterday, and then this whole thing with Triggered Limey this morning, and again, all that the Triggered Limey stuff all was within the last, at this point, 45 minutes. So it's still fresh in my brain. And
Oh yeah.
also No, what were you gonna say? Go ahead.
It's very fresh for all of us, because we've all just learned of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's very early in the morning for all of us, and it's very hard to deal with.
Well, and again, I think it makes it even worse the fact that we just saw him yesterday.
Yeah.
And then this is something that's actually getting to me as well, because it's like, okay, like this happened. All right, that's rough, but like, well, like Ray said yesterday in the thing, like she told me with a while ago, like we knew. So, I've had some time to deal with that, but yesterday brought it back to the forefront. So now that was on top of my head. Then I woke up and I see this limey thing. But then, whatever anyone feels about this, I just found this out this morning as well. And it hit me. And again, on top of everything else, it's just another thing. And I want to make sure everyone understands, because we don't talk about this at all. But this whole situation with Vestige of Peace, because I guess somebody put up a community post making fun of the fact that she had a stroke. And when I first found out,
It's awful.
I thought that it was because she was hanging out with Will, and the catchphrase for the show was, "What you talking about, Willis?" So she had to explain to me, and I already knew this, that it was because she had a stroke, different stroke. So, like, it never even occurred to me that there are people who will stoop
Awful.
that low to make fun of somebody. I'm sorry, what, Ray?
That's awful. That is awful. That is disgusting.
Yeah. So now I'm thinking about, like, we got these people that would stoop to that level,
Yeah.
and then we got Limey passed away, right? And then this is your situation, and all this stuff, and it all just came crashing down on me. And then, and Ray's telling me, oh, by the way, you have to go live. It's like almost 6 or 7, whatever my time. Like, oh crap. So yeah, it was just like I got hit by a brick wall, and then and now I have to smile. So I'm sorry, guys. I apologize for all that, but we are here, and we're here to get our minds off all the bad stuff for a while and have some fun and have a good time. So let's go ahead and let's taste the voodoo
I've
ball.
got something really
Yes,
cool to
please.
show. Person is always on about head-splaining and race-splaining. So Carl made me this.
Yeah, let's get to the fun. All right.
So I wanted to show everybody that. Welcome to Race-splaining 101. We have
All
this
right.
now. We could put up whenever I'm going off about something. So,
That's awesome. Yes, I
isn't
love
that
it.
cool? Yeah.
What now?
It's really cool.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. So,
Oh, I love it.
yeah. I thought that maybe would make some people smile a little bit.
Yes, yes. So
All
between
right.
that one and this one,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's awesome. Oh man.
Carol,
All right, guys.
just did it in my favorite animal. Okay, let's do the tasings and then we'll move on. All right.
Yeah, and then we'll move on.
Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Yes, thank you guys so much. News Now Voodoo, have a tase.
Oh, man. It's Tuesday. What are you guys already doing? Oh, wait, you did it yesterday, too, didn't you? Damn it, Griffey. You're in Australia. Isn't it already Wednesday by you? Isn't it no taser Wednesday in Australia? Isn't that a law or something? Didn't Justin Trudeau say something about, or is that Canada? I don't know. know politics. I just know how to film people.
Hold on, I lost my taser button.
Oh no! Oh no, not another one. It's Taser Tuesday, Griffey. Oh man, I'm gonna kick your kangaroo when you're not looking, man. Yeah, and then I'm gonna punt the quokka like a football.
All right, $5 from Sue Bear for Ray Ray. All right.
Sue Bear, do you want a tase or a dance, sweetheart? And thank you.
Yes. Well, either way, you get a happy dance because we need to get this starty parted. All right, yes.
Taste. She wants a taste. Okay.
Tasing, all right.
Oh no, come on, Sue Bear. I knew you drew that picture of me, but that should have been enough, man. Yeah. I don't need a bill.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I made my announcements. Back to the regular scheduled program. Big Bork, Little Bite for $2. We love Ray Ray and tasing the Voodoo doll.
Oh, no, not that again. Big Pork, man, you little Bichon Frise. What are you trying to do to me, man? This ain't right. I got my camera.
All right. Voodoo is making my eyes leak. Stop him. Oh, no.
Oh, no, come on, man. This is my fault. Well, yeah, I mean, I was the one chewing the wires that caused his internet to go down. And, yeah, but we don't talk about that, right? Because it's supposed to be a secret.
That's it.
All right. Thank you, guys. Oh, my goodness. Yes. That's what we're here for, to get our minds off of all that stuff for a while and have at least a couple hours a day where we don't have to think about BS. So let's go ahead and let's start the show. Hey, Ray, I know that sovereign citizens are your favorite, but I actually have a couple on deck. Actually, let's see, what time is it now? 7. All right, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start with a short 8-minute video from the one, the only, the legendary Unclean Hands. You ready for an unclean video, Ray?
Absolutely. I'm always ready for unclean.
All right, sounds good to me. Let's go ahead and hit it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Hello, folks. Good to see you again. I'm going to try to speak slowly so that you can understand me. I'm going to show you a 12-year-old video from a guy called Carl Miller. He was trying to be a guru for the sovereign citizen movement. I don't know what happened to him. He made a whole bunch of videos 11 years ago, and I never heard of him again. So I don't know if he's still around or not. Some of you might know. I don't know. Anyway, let's see what kind of bullshit they were trying to push 11 years ago. And I'm not speaking slowly because you're dumb. I'm speaking slowly because my mouth is still not even close to being healed. So that's why. Anyway, let's get on with the video.
What is called positive change. And every time they see you and that goofy hat you wear, they go, oh, for God's sake, don't give that guy no ticket. I have actually been pulled over, listening to the program. Didn't have no plates on my car. Policeman called. He says, "You got positive ID on the guy?" And a friend of mine was taping it off his police radio. He said, "Yeah, it's him." He said, "Well, for God's sake, don't give that guy no ticket."
That's bullshit.
And the guy says, "Sarge, he ain't got no plates on his car." I said, "I don't give a damn what he ain't got on his car. Don't give that guy no ticket." He said, "But Sarge, you told me he's just been waiting to fight it and beat it all the way to the Supreme Court, and I wrote that on the ticket." He says, "You give that guy a ticket?" I said, "I just told you not to give that guy a ticket. What are you, deaf?
That's bullshit.
You got some problem with your hearing?" He said, "I told you not to give that guy a ticket. Now, why did you give that guy a ticket?" He said, "Sarge, he ain't got no plates on the car." I said, "I told you I don't care what he ain't got on the car." This is all recorded on a radio broadcast. So everybody was laughing. The police were laughing. Everybody was laughing. His buddies were laughing. They were ribbing him over the radio. The sergeant told him, "All right, knock it off. Clear the net. This is serious." He said, "Fine." He said, "You give him a ticket?" He says, "Fine." He says, "Tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, I want you to be in here when the city attorney comes in here." And he says, "You're going to personally deliver the ticket to him, and he ain't going to be real happy with you. Because he hates that guy. Every time he goes to court, that guy blows his doors off. He looks like a fool."
Is anyone out there buying any of this guy's nonsense? It's ridiculous. Got a whole police department terrified of him because he wins every time he goes to court. He has no videos of him in court winning anything ever. I've never seen one. I looked and looked, but there are none.
You give the guy a ticket. Now he's got to go to court. So sure enough, we go to court. Come up before the court. Judge starts operating like a prosecutor. He starts asking me all kind of discovery question. I call it as soon as they call the case. Now, this is something important you got to understand. You're going to be your own attorney, then you got to know all of the programming. When you hear him call your case, you get off your tail feather and you run right up there as quick and expediently as possible without knocking anybody down. And you say, "Ready, Your Honor." You state your appearance. "I'm so-and-so, hearing before this honorable court. I'm standing as my own counsel. In my state, it's under Article 1, Section 13. I've appointed myself my own attorney, and I'm ready to proceed with my administrative and procedural matters. And at this time, Your Honor, may it please the court, I motion for dismissal with prejudice, failure to state a cause of action for which relief can be granted." Bingo. Now, I apologize if I'm talking too fast. I'm going to try and slow down a little bit. But when you're in court as much as I am, you just learn. You either talk fast or you lose. So I apologize if I'm going a little too fast. I'm going to slow down. I'm trying to make it easier for you folks, okay?
You'll have to excuse my friend. He's a little slow.
But the judge bips off right away. "Well, you got a ticket on such and such." I said, "Whoa, Your Honor." I said, "Are you the judge, the disinterested third party that's trying this case, the trier of fact?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Okay." I said, "Is this the prosecutor over here to my right?" He said, "Yeah, that's him." I said, "Okay." I said, "Are you going to prosecute this case, Your Honor?" He said, No, I'm the judge." I says, "And why are you asking discovery questions?" "Well, I just want to find out what's going on." I says, "Isn't that his job over there? That's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to present his case as the prosecutor, trier of the case. You're the trier of fact. He's the trier of the case." I said, "If you're going to operate as the judge and the prosecutor, I'm going to object on the record as a mistrial."
Right about now, I might be expecting to see some transcripts from that trial he's alleging took place, which I don't believe a single word of what he's saying, because he shows nothing to prove it. He's trying to sell some stuff to people. That's what he's trying to do, I think.
He said, "Okay, I'll let you enter that on the record. Go ahead." I said, "Okay, let it be entered on the record as an appealable issue." He said, "Okay." He said, "Now it's on the record." He said, "Let me ask you this. You get a ticket on September the 30th? I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Well, let me ask you this. Do you have any plates on your car?" I says, "No, sir. And I don't intend." And now, of course, all the people in the court. What? Me good. I waited. He said, "Can I hear it?" I said, "Well, Your Honor," I said, "I'm an unfranchised common law free man. I'm not a participant in any tontine schemes of limited liability on a joint venture for profit with an insurable interest requiring me to participate in these corporate Ponzi schemes.
That's bullshit.
I'm just a little Joe from Kokomo. I live on the block. I travel at the common law. I have a right to travel freely unencumbered pursuant to Shapiro versus Thompson, and that right is so basic it doesn't even need to be mentioned. The state of Michigan arbitrarily and erroneously converted my right into a privilege and issued a license plate and a fee for it. Murdoch versus Pennsylvania says no state may convert a secured liberty into a privilege and issue a license and a fee for it. And if they do, Shuttlesworth versus Birmingham, Alabama says I can ignore the license and engage in the right with impunity. That means you can't punish me. Since I have relied on previous decisions of the U.S. Supreme Court and on constitutional defenses, I have a perfect defense for willfulness. I am immune to the prosecution. Therefore, prosecution counsel does not have a cause of action for which relief can be granted. I'd motion for dismissal with prejudice for failure to state a cause of action for which relief can be granted, and I'd kind of like to collect my costs and fees for having to defend this frivolous case. The judge starts reading the ticket. Told officer he'd just been waiting to get this ticket so he could fight it and beat it all the way to the Supreme Court. He laughed. He says, motion granted, and he ran off the bench.
You should sit down and shut up.
Before I could get my damages. So I went out in the hall. He went to the can. I waited for him. He came out of the can. I served him with my papers. He says, you didn't have to do that. I said, well, I didn't want you to be inconvenienced, Judge. He said, okay. He signed. I went back in the court as a casual thing just to see what kind of reaction would happen, and I sat down. About 2 cases later, this elderly gentleman gets up and he stands up there and he says, Your Honor, I'm not quite as knowledgeable as that young gentleman that was here just 2 cases ago, and I don't presume to understand all of the issues that he raised. But it really sounded good to me, and I'd kind of like to ditto everything he said on top of my case. Everybody broke out laughing. The judge says, all right, how many guys here didn't have no plates on their car? About 5 guys raised their hand. He says, okay, everybody dismissed. Get the hell out of here.
Anyway, if you believe a single word of anything that guy said, you need mental health because he's all full of crap. He tried to sell license plates and all that crap there for a while, and he didn't do very well. He just disappeared off the scene. Didn't work out for him. Too bad. So sad. What an idiot. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Love y'all. Bye.
All right. That was a short from Unclean Hands. But the point he was trying to make, like seeing, okay, when all this was first starting to get big or whatever, people were doing this, even back then, 11 years ago, he said that video's 11 years old. What do you got? You got somebody trying to sell these ideas, these fake license plates or whatever the other products they're trying to sell are by telling these stories. Again, oh, cool. Can you show me? No, just give me your money. And I'll give you the paperwork you need to have the same thing happen to you. The same thing as what? For you to go to court, read what I said, and you say it, and they'll let you go like they let me go, and they let everybody go. And in fact, they don't even do prosecution anymore. They just let everyone go. Why not? Hey, all right. If all of the license plate laws and all of the driver's license laws in every state were unconstitutional, wouldn't somebody somewhere have figured that out at some point other than the sovereign citizens? Like, you'd think that SCOTUS would step in and say, whoa, wait a minute, we got to put the kibosh on this. And that's one of the things, and I've said this before, one of their big things they love to say, they like to misquote Supreme Court cases. And it's like, well, SCOTUS already ruled on that. No, they didn't. Do you guys remember what happens when SCOTUS comes down with a ruling? It's all over the news. People are going nuts. Everything's changing everywhere. It's insane. If they got rid of driver's licenses years ago, you don't think that would have been #1 top headline news the next day? You don't think every state in the union would be forced to stop issuing driver's licenses after that? But no, SCOTUS made this decision, but they kept it quiet. They kept it quiet. They didn't tell anybody except for the sovereign citizens. They're the only ones who saw it. Like, what the hell is that? That isn't even the way that the system works. Dum 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 dums. Oh man. Anyway, let's Jason Gutterman. No, not for him. Yeah. Well, no, because now that's become a badge of honor for when Ancient Chart is here. So how about Jason Gutterman? Yeah, now you're talking. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, oh, dang nabbit, let's keep going with the show. I always like to show the new Frauditor News Network video. And since we know she's watching before we do the cupcake happy dance, let's go ahead and start with her video. This one is called Frauditor Harasses an Officer and Finds Himself in Cuffs. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Frauditor News Network, yes.
Welcome or welcome back. I am sorry to present to you the Frauditor with the channel name of the Constitution State. This Frauditor, Daniel, decides that it's fun harassing an officer in the middle of the night until he just doesn't know when to quit and he's detained and handcuffed. When he's finally let go with the citation, he cries about his poor wrists being hurt and that he didn't do nothing wrong. Well, this didn't do nothing wrong has a total of 4 open court cases for a total of 10 charges, which I will show you at the end of the video, and then you can decide if he didn't do nothing or not here in the Frauditor Zone.
What up, guys? This is all private property. It's actually a UCFS. This is where people come to get help for their mental health and their drug programs and stuff. What up, Lou? What up, Swine? So I don't understand why they're parked here when I know I haven't seen you lately, bro. I miss you. I'm glad you're back. I can't figure out why they would be. Look, this is UCFS. They do mental health, drug treatment. They do all sorts of stuff. Over here we got a bank. And a hair salon. And no reason for the cop to be here. Now that we're out, we can walk closer.
Well, that's clearly the fault of the officer. I thought all officers got the memo that they can't do anything without first notifying the nearest frauditor of their actions. It's the only policy that frauditors believe trumps the law.
But yeah, I don't know. I can't figure it out. Could you guys? What are you protecting over here? What up, Michelle, Lou, Swide? Couldn't even tell it was a cop from over there. Can't see the light rack, nothing. Why are you shining that on me?
Why are you filming me?
What do you mean, why am I filming you?
Can I help you?
Yeah, you could take that light off me. That's what you could do.
Is there a reason you're walking up on me?
I'm walking up. I'm walking.
No,
That's
you're
what I'm doing.
walking up
I'm
on
not
me.
walking up on you. You own this lot. You're not even supposed to be here.
Well, how am I not?
Because it's private property. What are you doing protecting this? Go out and do something. I'm dead serious. What do you mean? This is a drug program. You want people, you think people are going to come get help here with you sitting here?
Not. You see what's in front of me, sir?
I don't care what's in front of you. That has nothing to do with me.
Traffic violation.
You were here, so go park where you're supposed to park.
Sir,
Go park where you're supposed to park. No, you're not. You're not here to park, hide, and
I'm right in.
yeah, in a parking spot on private property.
No, it's not private property.
Is this entrapment? You
It's not.
well, people can see it. Can trap.
What does that say about the person that is watching and filming the person who ain't doing shit?
Sir,
Oh, so what are you doing?
what does it look like I'm doing?
It looks like you're sitting on private property, fucking hanging out, dude. It looks like you're sitting on private property, hanging out. You guys always sit here. It's a drug treatment program, bro. Drug treatment.
Give me your ID.
I'm not giving you my ID. For what?
Why?
For what? What law did I break?
You're breaking law.
Oh, so I don't have to give you ID.
Why you're coming up to me? So now I need to know if you have warrants.
No, you don't. Are you crazy? Get a supervisor. Get a supervisor.
No.
Okay,
Get
what?
out of
No.
here right now.
I'm not getting
You're
anywhere.
harassing me.
I'm not harassing. Do you even know what harassment is? How are you enforcing the laws? You don't even know what they are, bro.
Sir, get.
Can I have a
away
supervisor,
from me.
please?
Go to.
Somebody call a supervisor. We're at UCFS,
Go to
Norwich.
Police
I'm
Department,
not going there.
7
I'm
Main
requesting
Street.
one. Why would I
No.
walk all the way over there?
What am I?
What are you?
Call.
Why would I call? You have a radio.
I'm not using.
You
it for-
see, I'm
not
using
it
this.
for you. I'm
You're,
not
oh,
using
so you're
it
not using it for the public?
for- Absolutely
You're a
not.
piece
Not
of
for
shit,
you,
bro.
sir. I'm a-
You're a piece of shit, bro.
Get out of here.
You get out of here. Go do something.
Exactly what I'm doing.
Exactly, nothing. Whole bunch of nothing. Oh, thanks for the light, Barry. You guys see this? This is Norwich Police Department. Can I get your name and badge number, ma'am? Ma'am, can I get your name and badge number? No? Why are you being so rude? You're that scared of the public, you shouldn't be out here working, bro.
You go harass people.
You don't know what harassment is. Stop using that term if you don't know what it is.
I have freedom of speech.
You do, but you don't have freedom to accuse me of doing stuff I'm not doing.
Wait, everyone, stop, get a pencil and a piece of paper. Our frauditor just made a new amendment to the First Amendment. Let it be known that while free speech gives everyone the right to say whatever they want, you don't have the right to say whatever you want if you are accusing someone. I'll keep it paused so everyone has time to write this down. I say use a pencil because this new amendment to the First Amendment can change at any time with any frauditor. So make sure your pencil has a good eraser on it so you're ready. Okay, done? Good? Let's continue.
It scares me that you're out here charging people and you don't know what harassment is. Did I do anything? You got out and acted like a psycho, bro. You are a psycho. You shouldn't be enforcing. I can walk wherever I want. I can. Go. You're free to leave. And neither am I.
I guess we both have a job to do, don't we?
Well, you're not doing yours. You didn't call a supervisor. You're not doing traffic. You're putting your light. You know that's a First Amendment violation, you clown? Do you know that's a First Amendment violation, you clown?
Hold on. I have to write this down. Okay, new amendment to the First Amendment. Can say whatever you want as long as you don't accuse anyone of anything and don't shine a light. Jeez, I got it, but I might need a bigger piece of paper for this frauditor.
I mean, you're out here.
I'm out here what? What am I doing? Get out of here. What am I doing? This is how Norwich treats the public, guys. Guy's scared. He got out of his car, shining his light. You can't even see him because he's so scared. You are scared. You jumped out and acted like that, bro. You're scared. You are.
Why would I be scared?
Well, you're scared of the camera, clearly. That's what you said. That's what you said. That what? What does that have to do with me? What does that have to do with me? What does that have to do with me? What does it have to do with me? You already know who I am. You already know who I am. Have I ever ambushed a cop, you clown? No. Stop making shit up, bro. Out here, oh, you're harassing me. How are you charging people? You don't even know what the harassment is, bro.
Well, I'm no law expert like frauditors think they are. I do know that Daniel currently has 2 charges for breach of peace. I'm thinking he's going to earn himself a 3rd charge before the end of this video. Let's see what the statute for breach of peace states. A person is guilty of breach of the peace in the 2nd degree when, with intent to cause inconvenience, annoyance, or alarm, or recklessly creating a risk thereof, such person 1 engages in fighting or in violent, tumultuous, or threatening behavior in a public place, or 2 assaults or strikes another, or 3 threatens to commit any crime against another person or such other person's property, or 4 publicly exhibits, distributes, posts up, or advertises any offensive, indecent, or abusive matter concerning any person, or 5 in a public place uses abusive or obscene language or makes an obscene gesture, or 6 creates a public and hazardous or physically offensive condition by any act which such person is not licensed or privileged to do. For purposes of this section, public place means any area that is used or held out for use by the public, whether owned or operated by public or private interests. I think a charge for harassment in the 2nd degree could be applied here as well, which states by communicating with another person by email, fax, letter, etc., in a manner likely to cause annoyance or alarm, and with intent to harass, annoy, or alarm. I know that he's caused a lot of annoyance for me just watching this video, so I would imagine that an officer trying to do his job would feel even more annoyed. But again, I'm no law expert like frauditors think they are, so I'm just guessing at this point.
That's sad. How many people are sitting in jail right now on charges that you didn't understand? How many? Can I have a supervisor for the third time, please? Do I got any mods in here? Lou or Swine, call Norwich Police Department and tell them we need a supervisor at CPS. What? Don't worry about what I'm doing. Why are you worried about me? You're not worried, but you seem very worried. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Can you take your light off? Can you stop obstructing my First Amendment because you're scared? No, you just gotta keep it on. You're a winner, bro. Winner. I thought you weren't going anywhere. You gonna get to work? Thanks for the supervisor, Ferry.
The officer de-escalated the situation that the frauditor created by leaving, so now the frauditor is free to get on with his evening. The problem is that frauditors have nothing else to do when they're not harassing officers, so he needs something to fill the empty void in his night by chasing down the officer.
For what?
Jaywalk.
Hey, jaywalk.
You're gonna talk. Yes.
I hit jaywalk.
You walked outside the crosswalk.
Oh no, I was right in it.
You were not.
You
You're
have
not.
proof
You're
of
right
that?
there. Yeah, on camera. It's
Can
right
I
there.
see it?
Get
Your camera
over
wasn't
here.
that way.
It was.
No, it
Get
wasn't.
over here. You just jaywalked.
I didn't
Literally.
see it.
Yeah, but I'm filmed right there.
No.
Give me your ID.
I'll give you my
Give me
ID,
your
but we're gonna fight this.
Go ahead.
You're a master nanny.
Word of advice to frauditors: I know it's exciting and gives meaning to your little existence to chase down an officer, but it's probably best to not break the law while you're doing so. I know it's a real pain to have to cross at the crosswalk when in hot pursuit of harassing an officer, but sometimes it's best to just take your time and follow all the laws in your effort at harassment to avoid what is about to happen.
You're a fiend,
And you
dude.
can't read. Give me your.
I can't read what I read it.
Give me.
Can you relax
give
a
me
little bit? What
your
is
ID.
wrong with you?
Give me
What
your
is
ID.
wrong with you?
I'm not asking
I'm
you,
getting
I'm
it,
telling
you clown.
Give me your ID.
Might need to see that on camera too, guy.
Good.
So
You got it right there. You just recorded it.
no,
You
yours. I
recorded.
didn't record
you
anything. No,
recorded
you
walking-
think I did?
You recorded walking.
I was in the
street.
I was in the crosswalk.
I don't think the frauditor understands what a crosswalk is. Here we see in the yellow where Danny Boy darted across the street in his glee to chase down the officer. The purple is where he ended up. And here in the yellow circle is the crosswalk. While the charge of jaywalking might be a frivolous ticket, and while the officer might not have given the frauditor the ticket had he not been harassing him, it's still important to obey all traffic laws when frauditing because, frivolous or not, it's still valid.
Oh, of course I am, because you're a clown, dude.
Put your hands behind your back.
For what?
Because I don't feel safe.
You don't feel safe?
Yeah,
You're
you're-
gonna detain me?
Yeah.
You're a bro. You're a
You walking up on me?
I'm not I can do whatever, I can walk wherever I want. Let me put my phone in my pocket.
Wait, stop resisting.
I'm not resisting at all, you loser. You are crazy, dude. You are crazy. Can you stop dragging me around? You are, bro. You are. Stop what? I'm not doing anything. What am I resisting? I'm not moving. How am I resisting? Just because you're saying it?
Look, I know you're a YouTuber and you got tens of followers, and I respect that. But at the same time, like, you can't jaywalk.
I'll skip ahead to when he's released. It's pretty funny.
He lost my ID. You can't find it. Look at it. You probably won't be able to see it now, but he had the cuffs on me super tight. See the marks?
Oh, poor baby.
Yeah. Because he was scared. Luckily, a supervisor showed up that had some sense. I mean, they still gave me a ticket, but it's an infraction. Has anybody seen an ID disappear on a jaywalking infraction? You're a clown, bro. Top tier clown. It's all right. Everybody already got what they need. Look how scared he is. He stole it so he could do it later. He could sniff it at bedtime. I need that ID. Sniff it at bedtime. Huh? Nah, I'll come down to the department and handle it. So what, I'm not getting my ID? What did you do with it? You were in the possession of it last. Can I get the money it costs to go get a new one? Yeah. No, you should pay for it. Why do the taxpayers got to pay for it? Why do we have to pay for your mistake?
It was not the officer's mistake. It was the frauditor that decided to harass the officer for no reason. It was the frauditor that chased down the officer when he moved to de-escalate the situation. And it was the frauditor that jaywalked in his glee to chase down the officer. Frauditor, the fact that you got hurt wrist and the officer lost your license is not a mistake. It's karma.
So we got to pay for your mistake like we always do? Come on. Dude, you should be fired, bro. You should be fired. You shouldn't be on the streets. Hammond, I'll just go to the department and get it. I'm not going to make you search all night because of his mistake, bro. You were cool as hell. At this point.
It looks like there's a console that we have all of our like media, like our bar and stuff in. There's cracks in it. It looks like it's slid in.
It's expired anyways. I need to get a new one, but it's just I need it for now.
I got you. We'll have to have our city garage can take it apart.
Yeah, or I mean, I go pay the money. I'll go get a new one, but I'm not paying for it. I didn't lose it. You know what I mean? Like,
I got
it's just is that what he's doing? Just take it off. Dude, I'm sorry. I'm not always like that, but it's
good.
just, dude.
I mean, you two
I know, but
oil and water right now.
Well, I give what I get, bro.
So he's leaving because we don't want to.
I give what I get, and the way he approached me was crazy, bro. Sure. If you say what up, we're fine. I'm fine with everybody that treats me fair, dude. I treat you fair. Okay. But just being like, oh, you're a YouTube star, and yeah, and I'm scared. Like, dude, he shined his light in my camera all the time. I'm not even here to cause trouble. I'm literally here to see what you're doing, and he just escalated the whole thing. And then I asked for a supervisor over there to end it, and I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. People were calling. That's why I came over here, because there was a supervisor. We were calling for one to come here. So that's why I came over here. I didn't come over here to harass him. I'm literally trying to see what they're doing.
If I'm lying, may the Lord strike me down right now.
And that's it. I just don't want everybody thinking I'm some asshole. You know what I mean? When I'm really not. You be fair to me, I'm gonna be fair to you, dude. And that's all I ask. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you, because I didn't know how I was gonna go after that. And you guys fucking are. I like you. Thank you, dude. You too. Stay safe. Is anybody still on? Who's here? I can't. It says there's 30-something people in here, but I don't know what was here. Yo, we need to get that guy. That dude is a psycho. That dude is a psycho. I'm gonna cut the dude. The cups were so. I have marks on my arms from the cups. I made the cup get it on his body camera. Pilot and Hammond. Those are the two that came. Could you guys hear what he was saying? I don't know where the phone was, but he was like, "Oh, you're the YouTube star," and running his mouth. I ran my mouth for like the first 5 minutes, and then I stopped because I was like, "This just is retarded, dude." But let's get this Benghazi Rabbit. What up, bro? Dude, this shit's crazy. I don't ask people much to back us, like report-wise, but this dude needs to get in trouble. They said they're going to investigate it. I'm going to put in a complaint, but I'm asking the people if anybody felt any type of way.
call the department and put a complaint in. Let them know, dude, because that's the only way this is going to change. I can't change this shit just by myself. You guys see what they do to me. That dude was a psycho, literally nuts. So I don't know. I'm tight. I'm going home because if I stay out here, I feel like I'm just going to get in trouble. So I'm just going to go home. I obviously can't exercise my rights out here in peace tonight without getting attacked. He said I jaywalked. I looked both ways. There were no cars coming the whole way. There was no cars even on the goddamn road. So he can say whatever he wants, but we'll take it to court. The same court that assaulted me. So they threw out the guy's charge that assaulted me. So I hope they take this and throw this out too, right? The same court that... Is that my neighbor, dude? If it is, I'm jumping off because I'm in a ride. What are you guys doing? Dude, they just grabbed me up, dude, cuffed me, abused me. I was just right there in the car for like 2.5 hours, dude. Yeah, it's that one and another one. That one was actually cool. For taping him, I taped him and he threw a fit, dude. Yeah. So he's in trouble. I'm gonna get his ass. He can't do that to me. I'll see you guys later. It's weird that I thought like that's my neighbor. Nah, I need a minute to vent. So thank you. But Tommy, everybody that called, document the time you called, and we're gonna FOIA all the calls. That's what we're gonna start doing. Because I don't know how else to prove they're just hanging up on people. They told you to get me a lawyer. That's special. You called to redress your government, and that's how they...
Aw, he's such an innocent victim. An innocent victim with 4 open court cases. In one open court case, this innocent victim is charged with interference with an officer / resisting, interference with search, and a probation violation. He will be going to court on February 16th for this one. For the next case, this innocent victim is charged with interfering with an officer / resisting, and breach of peace in the 2nd degree. He'll be going to court for this one on February 16th. For the next case, he's charged with interfering with an officer / resisting, breach of peace in the 2nd degree, and criminal trespass in the 1st degree. His court date for this case is on March 26th. For the last case, this innocent victim is charged with interfering with an officer / resisting, and violation of his probation. He'll also be going to court on February 16th for this one. Looks like this innocent victim is going to be plenty busy fighting all this tyranny, and now he'll have to fight the jaywalking ticket as well, but he found himself committing that crime, so I'm not sure how he's going to fight it, but I'll keep an eye out for him and keep you updated.
All right, so thank you. Round of applause for Cupcake. Ladies and gentlemen, Highway Star for $5. Why don't you do a super duper mega ultra happy dance for Ray Ray? We love Ray Ray. Thank you so much. Yes, that is a fact. What's up, Ray?
I said thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. So I'm gonna go ahead. You see, I got the hat on. We're ready to do it. For Ray, anything. Oh man. But one thing I wanted to say about that video before we move on is that this guy doesn't understand what jaywalking is. I looked both ways before I crossed the street. That proves I wasn't jaywalking. What? When he said that, I just about pooped myself.
I know. I said the same thing. He doesn't understand what it is. Crossing outside of a crosswalk. Not like cars aren't coming so I can go.
No. It seems like none of these people ever seem to understand these things. Like, obviously, and even Cupcake said, like, it's not like jaywalking is like some big felony or anything. But the point is, the reason why traffic rules are made the way they're made is for public safety. The crosswalks are where they are. They're almost always near a stoplight. So that, if it's a red light, the traffic's going to stop. You stay in the crosswalk. They're going to stop before the crosswalk. You just cross in the middle of the street. Okay, maybe there weren't cars coming at that time, but the reason why the crosswalk exists is to avoid that sort of thing. Well, I look both ways before I cross, so it's not jaywalking.
I can't wait to fight this one.
Yeah.
Please go fight it and tell the judge that. Please.
Yeah.
But I look both ways. I have it on camera.
Right. There were no cars coming. Okay, so what? So wait, so you're saying you were in the crosswalk? No, I'm saying there were no cars coming. Okay, were you in the crosswalk? Well, no. You were jaywalking. Guilty. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Right.
That's one of the biggest things with all of these arguments, all of these douche canoes making court, right? It's always, well, even like with the Daryl Brooks thing or whatever, it's never, I didn't do it. It's always, oh, well, you can't prosecute me for that because of this, and this. Okay, did you do it? Well, you know, there's all these rules and things and stuff and then misquoting and blah, blah, blah. Did you do it? Do you have a defense as to why you did it? Well, but you guys shouldn't be coming after me for it in the first place. Did you do it?
What were you doing? Just do it. What would happen? You know?
Right. A defense would be like proof that you didn't do it, not excuses why they shouldn't be prosecuting you for doing it.
I don't know if they ever get a lawyer, do they?
Most of them don't. Sometimes they do, and then you get like somebody like Long Island Audit who gets a lawyer, loses anyway, and has to pay a whopping $90 fine.
Oh, but if you ask him, he tells all of his subs that they've all been dismissed. All of them, including the one he had to write apology letters on.
Yep.
You know, and the one where he hired the $60,000 lawyers to pay a $90 fine when he was found guilty. You know?
Then he could have just paid the fine.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, well, clicks and views, right? Anyway, guys, it's time for the super mega ultra hardcore happy dance in honor of Ray Ray. All right. You ready for this? You want me to go full screen for you?
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Again, this one's in honor of Ray Ray. Thank you so much for the super chats, guys. Thank you for all the support and love. You guys really are truly the best fans in the world. Ray, you were going to say something?
I said thank you.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Super happy dance. And that brings us right up almost to the cupcake happy dance. All right. So in the meantime, while we're waiting, because I hate starting a video and then having to stop it and interrupt it like that, for that, So we got about 2 minutes. Was there anything else you wanted to say about that last idiot?
I don't know. I think when he went up on the cop in the first parking lot, fine, did what he did, cool. Cop left to de-escalate, fine. Then following him over there, I think that was harassment. I think they should have got him up for harassment at that point.
Well, not just that, but I think that specifically also goes to, like, in court, it proves intent. You know what I mean? It's like the cop isn't bothering him when he goes out of his way to go back up and follow the cop. You know what I mean?
Right. And uses the excuse that he asked for a supervisor and had his subs calling for a supervisor, so he wanted to go over there. Well, no, you called the supervisor to where you were, not to where he went to.
Right.
So you should have just waited there.
And I wonder, like, because I know but I wonder, like, because he's like, I'm going to FOIA those calls. You think he's going to play the ones in court? Because I guarantee you there had to be some that were like, hey, I'm just called to say I saw this guy on YouTube and F you stupid pigs and screw you and you guys suck and I hope you all die in hell and blah, blah, blah. Like, you think he's going to play those for the judge in his defense? He might be stupid enough to do it.
No, but I think the prosecutor will play them for the prosecution. But what is he playing them for? His jaywalking case?
Yeah.
He wasn't charged with harassment. They only charged him for jaywalking, I thought.
Well, maybe once they hear the phone calls that he FOIA'd so he could play him during his case, they might add more charges.
Well, he told the sergeant flat out, I had my people calling to get a sergeant because he wouldn't call one. Well, they're not obligated to call a sergeant.
Right.
If you want to speak to a sergeant, they don't have to call one. You can wait till you get down to the station to speak to one, if there's one available.
Yep. This is one of the things, and I said, oh, it's 8:20. It's time for the cupcake happy dance, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. All right. Okay. Ole, all right. Anyway, no, go ahead.
Yeah, but I didn't think he was charged with harassment, just jaywalking, and that's like an infraction. It's nothing. It don't even go to trial. I don't even think they would let that go to trial.
Right. Well,
I mean,
these
who has a
idiots
jury trial for jaywalking?
right? Well, that's just it, though. These guys are exactly the kind of idiots that would say, no, Constitution says I can request a jury trial and I need jury trial. Give me jury trial.
I don't think in that kind of case they're allowed a jury trial. I think it would just be a bench trial.
Yep.
So,
I think so, too. But you never know with these idiots what they might come up with. But what I was going to say.
No, I think there are certain cases where you only get a bench trial. Like there would not be a jury. Like I think in LIA's case, when he went to trial for that stinking trespassing ticket, it was a bench trial. It wasn't a jury trial. I don't think he was allowed a bench or a jury trial for that.
Yes, there are certain situations where you don't have
you can't
get a jury trial. It's just not a thing. Yeah. That is a thing. But what I was going to say was that, like, going back to the idea of him having his people call or whatever to redress their government and this and that, and I need a supervisor right here, right now. That is, and I've said this a long time ago, but it's always with these guys. So the idea of if you get the supervisor and this and that, and you try to get him to let you go or whatever. But okay, I guess what I'm getting at is this thing where they will complain about the cops did this, the cops did that, whatever. Okay, so you don't do that on the side of the road with the cop or with the sergeant or with the. If you have a legitimate beef like that, you go to internal affairs because these guys will complain. Oh, you guys are all part of the Blue Line gang and you all got each other's back. But it's like that's why they have the internal affairs department, so that someone else can be the one that comes back after them. But then if you tell them you don't do this here, you go there, they'll say, no. You guys are just trying to hide transparency and keep me from making my complaint. And it's like, again, it goes back to the whole thing with the circular logic, the moving the goalposts, and the fact that no matter what you do with these guys, you can never win. You're always wrong. If they would have called the supervisor there, I'm sure he probably would have found some other excuse to, or like at the end when he's talking to that guy, like, oh, well, you're a cool cop or whatever. Like, oh, now that you got your footage and all that, you want to back off because you don't want to get, in actual trouble. Jaywalking ticket, he knows is nothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It seems like, again, it's the same game, just being played in a different way in this because he's not in a library or a post office or whatever.
Just don't know why they think. Well, I know why they think they can. It's the camera, but if you didn't have a camera, you wouldn't just go rolling up on a cop like that in the middle of the night and start yelling at him.
Right.
Causing trouble. Jaywalking and following him to his next place because he tried to get away from you,
Right.
If you didn't have that camera, you just wouldn't do that. So why put a camera in your hand and do it anyway?
Yeah.
It's like they throw an extra ball when they do that,
Right.
All of a sudden their third ball drops and they're like, oh, now I got courage because I put a camera in my hand. It's like, no, just knock it off. You look ridiculous and sound ridiculous, and look at all those charges he has now.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like a lot of these guys, a lot of them, especially Wolverine Transparency, but I've seen a lot of them do it, seem to think that redressing your government means swearing at them. Like, that's not the definition of redressing your grievances.
Like standing there and literally telling them, you're corrupt, you're a tyrant, you're a mother effer, you're a rotten evil, no, that's not what that means.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like somebody actually does do something wrong, then you go after that.
Right.
You don't just make these, oh, all you guys are evil assholes, and I'm here to call you assholes and tell you that you're evil. And, like, okay, a lot of people say that because they're butthurt because they got busted. Like, so what's your point, sir? What's your redress of grievances? What's your grievance? That you don't like us? Okay. Have a nice day, ass crack. Get out of my office. Because I was going to say, like, literally a redress of grievances isn't swearing at a cop on the corner. It's actually going to your government.
Well, what it actually says is the right to petition the government for redress of grievances.
There you go.
That is not what they're doing.
No. They're just hooping and hollering.
Protesting is not petitioning the government for redress of grievances. It's going for, like you said, a specific problem and trying to address that problem without fear of reprisal or retaliation from the government. Like, they aren't going to throw you in jail. They're not going to take your family and put them under the jail and you'll never find them again. It's not, right. That's not what's going to happen here. But it's a specific issue that you find that you have a problem with.
Right. You go to, the government and you say, hey, look, this judge or this cop or this whatever, this person did this thing, and I have, this and this happened, and I've come here to redress this because I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's right. I think it's unconstitutional, blah, 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 whatever. And you
But
put
that's
that
what their
complaint in.
complaint process is for. That's petitioning the government for redress of grievances.
Right. Now, you do that, and the next day the FBI shows up at your house and takes you away. Now that's a violation of your right.
Exactly.
But if you just do that, like, that's what you're supposed to do. Not go to a town hall meeting, and when they call you, get up there and say, I'm not going to say my name, but you F and blah, 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 bleep, 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 bleepers are a bunch of bleep, 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 and bleeps. Okay, so what? I'm redressing my grievances. I love it when the reason why I mentioned Wolverine Transparency is there was that one video I did a while ago with him and BST where they just walk up to a random cop who's just sitting there and literally ignores them. And they're like, oink, 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 piggy, 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 oink, oink, oink. We're redressing our grievances. Ha, ha, ha. You can't stop us because we're redressing our grievances. No, you're not. You're just randomly insulting the guy.
You're harassing them. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're insulting and you're harassing. You're not redressing anything. That's not what that means. They pick out what they want to. And they think they know what it means instead of studying it like they should have in school.
Right.
Or refreshing themselves if they've been out of school a while. You know what I mean? Which is, totally fine. You can do that.
Right.
And then they look like a boo-boo. They look like an idiot.
Well, it's definitely easy to imagine these guys looking like idiots because that's their job. And they don't actually complain to the people that make the laws they disagree with. Right.
No, they don't do things properly.
Right.
They don't do things the way they're supposed to do them with the proper avenues and do them with respect, politeness, and anything that would get their feet in the door.
Yep.
To actually talking to someone that can make a difference.
Right.
It's like Ironton Auditor said on Saturday, he can walk into the police station and within 5 minutes be sitting down with the chief. Want to know why? Because he does his cop watching the way it's supposed to be done. He doesn't get in their faces. He doesn't scream at them. He doesn't call them names. He doesn't interfere. He's not always getting arrested for interference and, things of that nature, disorderly conduct and all that. He stands back. He records. If he sees something wrong, he goes and he, addresses it with the chief properly.
Exactly. Yeah. It's almost like one of the things that Savsid Guru from Unclean Hands that we watched this morning said that he said to the judge, that supposedly the judge was like, oh, okay. Like, it would be the equivalent, like with these guys, of, going up to somebody and saying, hey, Your Honor, I should not be prosecuted for this because the only reason this law exists is to extort money off of me, and this is a stupid kangaroo court. And then the judge saying, oh, I didn't realize that. You're right. Thank you. Case dismissed. Have a nice day.
Yeah. Like like DMA, somebody says DMA, like DMA going into court and saying the cops are nothing but road pirates that are extorting money off people by stopping them for speeding.
That's not
the judge is like, oh, well, geez, I never thought of it that way. All right, who all in here is here for speeding? Or people raise their hands and he's like, all of you, case dismissed.
Yeah.
No, doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't. That's an insane idea all the way down the line. Oh, man. Oh, it. These guys are so ridiculously insane. And again, I like the examples with DMA and people like that because it is. I'm using the example specifically of going to the town hall meetings just because when they're talking to the cop on the street, we all know. I mean, that should be blatantly obviously that that's the wrong person. If you're trying to redress the government, you're talking to a cop, you might as well be talking to Bill. Just walk up to some random dude and start telling him, I hate you, you're a scumbag. Why are you saying that? Because I'm redressing my grievances.
To somebody who does not legislate the laws. They
Right.
only enforce the laws. I'm a law enforcement officer.
Yep.
They tell me what the laws are. I enforce them.
Right. And then they'll say, well, then you're like a Nazi. You're just following orders. And it's like, I don't know, man.
I
I
hate
don't
that
think,
Nazi reference. I do.
Yeah.
There is no comparison between our law enforcement officers and Nazis. None. You are not going to be put in a gas chamber for not showing your driver's license.
Right. Exactly.
Ever.
Nope. It's crazy. I hate that. But again, like I say, when they do go to the town hall meetings, it's like, oh, okay, this guy actually is going to redress people that actually are the people you would redress your grievances to. Let's see how they redress. You're an asshole, and you're an asshole, and you all suck.
And I'm not giving my name. I don't have to give my name.
Right. Okay. And so what do you want us to do? Change the law to make it legal for anyone with a camera to do whatever they want? That's not going to happen. So what the hell are you redressing? What's your grievance? That there are laws that say that random idiots can't be doing random stuff with no rules or regulations just because they're holding a camera? That's not a grievance. That's an idiot spouting off nonsense. And a lot of times they let them talk. And I get that. It's like, hey, you got the right to come here and say your thing. Go ahead, say your thing. Your 3 minutes is up. Get the frick out.
Yep.
We'll have you trespassed, you douche canoe.
Yeah, like when Regan Benson Shriekaroo shows up.
Shriekaroo.
They just sneak their earplugs in and stare at something that's right beyond her head, so it looks like they're looking at her. And they just grin and bear it for 3 minutes, you know?
Yep, exactly. Oh, it's this one again.
Yeah.
Turn your brain off. And like you said, just stare like at her forehead or something.
Or right beyond her. So it looks like you're looking at her, but you're not. You're focused on something right behind her, you know? Yep. She's always like, why aren't you looking at me?
Yeah, she will. She will too. Yep.
Because I need a couple of puke bags. That's why.
Yes. Oh,
I have some other news.
What's that?
Ancient Chart Music and Art is here.
All right.
Say good morning.
Damn crows. Ah, crap. Welcome to the show, Ancient Chart Music and Art. Oh my goodness gracious me. Every morning sometimes.
Nils Karczewski. Am I saying that right? Nils Karczewski.
Moin once again from Hamburg. All right.
Wow. Good morning. I hope I didn't butcher the last name. I hope it's Karczewski.
It's either that or Karczewski.
Karczewski?
Or Karczewski. I don't know. It kind of depends if it's Russian or Polish. Like with the skis, it's always either Russian or Polish, right?
Yeah. Mostly Polish. Yeah.
Right. Well, we got both of them on deck right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, you do.
Anyway.
Which one's Polish? Which one's Russian?
Ooh, can you guys figure it out? Between the two of us, which one's the Russian and which one's the Polak? I think I just gave it away because I used the... Anyway.
Karczewski.
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 All right.
You were correct. Polish first.
All right. Yeah, man. You know, let me tell you something. That's one of the things about being Polish, man. It gets to me sometimes. Like I went to this restaurant one time when I was in Chicago, and I never mind. I already blew the joke. I ruined it. It's a live show. It can't be perfect, ladies and gentlemen. Forget it. Let's move on to the next video. Hey, Ray, you want to watch some Team Skeptic?
Absolutely.
All right.
Dave, I have a video that you don't want to miss. Remember a few months ago when I covered this sovereign citizen?
For the record, I am the beneficiary of the Frank Anthony Michaud Jr. estate. I am the authorized representative, and I appoint you, the judge, as the trustee, ma'am.
Towards the end of that video, Judge Martin said his next appearance would be before Judge Oakley. And I said this, and I don't know if you guys remember Judge Oakley or not, but I've covered him before on this channel, and he does not play around with nonsensical softardians.
Okay, it's under the barcode though. This is what you signed up to do. You're a public servant.
Unless you are a price on a can of beans, we don't need a barcode.
Well, today's the day, ladies and gentlemen. And holy shit, this is one of the best sovereign citizen idiots getting destroyed by one of the most badass judges I've covered on this channel yet. And believe me when I say this, you have never heard a judge go off on a sovereign shithead like you're about to hear today. So let's begin.
All right, appearances for the People versus Frank Michaud Jr.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Mohammed on behalf of the people, P86771. Nice. You have works. Yeah, you're on fire. Are you representing at the desk representing yourself? The judge needs to address you, sir. Is that a problem, sir?
Yeah, you're a defendant. Sit at the defendant's chair.
I'm not defendant. I'm sorry. Judge, if I may try to help explain.
Try.
I'll try. Mr. Michaud is a sovereign citizen, and I'm not a sovereign citizen.
All right, sir, don't speak.
I maybe am not phrasing that correctly.
Don't speak until I ask you to speak.
But there is a difference between Frank Michaud, or I think it is Mr. Michaud's assertion that there is a difference between the natural person, Mr. Frank Michaud, and the sort of legal entity.
I don't recognize that.
And that's what I've prepared Mr. Michaud for that.
Sir, you're a defendant in my courtroom. Either I issue a bench warrant because you haven't appeared, or you come up here and sit in the chair and we proceed.
All right, so you're threatening me to?
Absolutely, I'm threatening you. Either you're here today or you're not. If you're not here today, a bench warrant will issue. If you're here today, I need you in the chair so we can proceed with the proceeding that's scheduled, which is a preliminary exam.
I really wish more judges were like Judge Oakley. He gets down to business, and you can find a picture of him next to the word no nonsense in the dictionary. Now, as this video progresses, it's gonna get crazier and crazier right up until the end.
If I may, I have advised Mr. Michaud that the courts receive objections all the time, or rule objections that are preserved on the record. If he has,
he can appeal me. I'll let you build whatever record you want to build, Mr. Michaud.
Are we on record?
Yes.
Are you on your oath to the Constitution?
Hold on. Are you picking him up? That's one of the reasons I want you up here, is there's a microphone here.
I'll speak loud.
Are you picking him up?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Are you honoring your oath to the Constitution today?
Pardon me?
Are you honoring your oath to the Constitution?
I didn't swear an oath to the Constitution.
You have.
I took an oath that said I would follow the Constitution.
To not uphold the Constitution?
Yes, follow the Constitution.
So you are upholding an oath to the Constitution?
Yes.
Thank you. I accept your oath. Thank you. Okay. Now I have.
Sir, get your ass in the chair or leave and I'll issue a bench warrant. You're not running the courtroom. I am. If you want to have an exam today, get your ass in the chair. That's the way it works.
I reserve all my rights.
I would have nothing less. Now, are you representing yourself today?
I'm presenting myself.
That's not what I asked you. Are you representing yourself, or is this gentleman going to be your lawyer for today's proceeding?
I will be presenting myself today.
All right, so that's a no. You don't want him to represent you?
No,
For the record, he's not my lawyer. I don't have an attorney. I present myself.
Okay.
Judge, what I recommended to Mr. Michaud is that he has a jurisdictional argument that he wants to make. And that, pending Your Honor's ruling on that jurisdictional issue, I have prepared to conduct a preliminary exam.
Okay.
And could be, available if he wanted to ask me to do that at the correct time.
So you want to represent yourself for that jurisdictional argument, and if I rule against you, then perhaps you want him to represent you? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, that's not what you're hearing.
All right, so you don't want him at all under any circumstance?
No, I don't need an attorney for the record.
Well, I don't need any more evidence to suggest that his daily hobby is huffing duster. I mean, why would you even want to represent yourself in a criminal matter when there's a perfectly capable person standing next to you that spent as many years in law school as you spent in the 3rd grade?
Okay.
So with that being said.
Well, hold on. You can stick around if you want to, but I'm not going to obligate you to stay.
I understand, Judge. I'm definitely going to stay.
That's fine. All right.
So today,
you have a jurisdictional argument you want to make?
Well, I've served notice.
Sir, it's a yes or no. Do you have a jurisdictional argument you'd like to make today?
I have a
yes or no.
Why are you forcing me to say answer?
Because I'm running the courtroom and it's the way I want to do it. Do you have a jurisdictional argument you'd like to make today?
I do, yes.
Then make it. What's your jurisdictional argument?
I'm presenting myself. So I need to know, Article 6 of the Constitution grants me the right to know what jurisdiction is this court operating up under?
State of Michigan.
No, what jurisdiction?
State of Michigan.
Okay, what jurisdiction is the state of Michigan?
District courts are legislative courts. That means they're created by statute. The state of Michigan gives me my jurisdiction.
So, okay, is that
I work under the authority of the state of Michigan.
What is it? Under what jurisdiction? There's 2 different jurisdictions under the Constitution. You have admiralty and common law. So I'll need to know.
This is not admiralty.
What is it?
And it's not common law. It's statutory.
Okay, so it's statutory. That is what, civil?
No.
So what is it?
My jurisdiction is both civil.
I can't defend myself unless I have it on the record.
Well, technically, you shouldn't be defending yourself if you don't know the difference between common law, maritime law, and statutory law.
Is it
my jurisdiction?
It's only 2.
Sure. Shut up. If you ask me a question, I can't answer while you're talking. Okay. My jurisdiction is both civil and criminal as provided by the statutes of the state of Michigan.
Okay, so today, under which one is
this? Is a criminal case.
Okay, right. So is that common law or admiralty?
It's statute. It's neither common law or admiralty.
It's one or the other. It don't say statute.
All right, then you can appeal my ruling. My ruling is it's neither admiralty or common law.
So this is you say it's criminal for the record?
Yes.
Okay, and if it's criminal, in order for a crime to exist, there must be an injured party for the record, right?
There must be what?
An injured party.
Yeah, it's the people of the state of Michigan.
All right, so if the people of the state of Michigan, right? Where's the sworn statement?
Where's what?
A sworn statement. I have a right to see a sworn statement saying I injured someone.
There's a complaint in the file.
Sworn complaint, signed.
You want to see it?
Affidavit, sworn affidavit?
No, it's not. I don't think it's an affidavit.
Well, okay, so.
You said you wanted a sworn complaint.
From an injured party. Who have I injured for the record?
The state of Michigan.
How can I
are bringing the charges?
How can I injure the
state?
Sir,
sit down. Sit down.
I'm not.
Sit down, or I will hold you in contempt.
Another threat. Wow.
You're probably going to hear more than one.
I see.
Do you though? Because all I see is a judge who's tired of dealing with a dick flute, and a dick flute is about to do some jail time because he won't sit down and shut up.
All right. I am ruling that I have jurisdiction. You are free to appeal that to the circuit court. Proceed. Do the people have a witness they'd like to call in the exam?
Yes, Judge. The people are prepared to move forward. Just as a quick preliminary matter, would request a mutual order of sequestration, with an exception for the OIC.
All right.
So again,
I'm not asking you to talk. Ma'am, are you a possible witness in this case? Okay. All right. And would you mind putting your name on the record, please? Counsel, I want to look at the lady. Would you mind putting your name on the record?
She's a witness. She is a witness.
Sir, you speak again when I haven't asked you to, and you're in contempt. And we'll deal with that first. The reason I need your name is because if you appear somewhere down the road and want to testify, we have to know that today you were in the courtroom. And I can't do that by taking a picture of you. So I'm asking you to state your name. Sir, you are in contempt of court. That's a $100 fine. Speak again when it's not your turn, and I'll continue to up the ante. Clear? You can speak now. I've asked you a question.
I object.
I don't give a shit if you object. Is it clear what I said? I'm waiting for an answer.
I said I object. What am I supposed to say?
I want to know if you understand you've just been fined $100 for contempt.
I don't understand.
Okay, well, you still owe me $100.
Nice. Can we all just take a moment to leave a comment of appreciation for judges like Judge Oakley, who are experts in helping the fuck-arounders find out?
Are you going to give me your name? That's fine. Thank you. Witness.
Your Honor, the people called Officer Steppen. Oh, I'm sorry. One last quick preliminary matter. Pursuant to 76611D, we'd like to introduce a certified registered of action in regard to this individual being a previously convicted felon.
I object.
Hold on. Have you showed that to him?
I object. I object.
What's your objection, Mr. Michaud?
My objection is that I am here under the guise of probable cause conference. And I don't know how we're here at a preliminary exam when I did not waive any right to waive a probable cause.
This is a preliminary exam.
This is okay. So right here,
this is the probable cause hearing.
It says it's
all right. Stop. Right now, the question on the table is you've objected to admittance of that document. I want to know what your legal objection is.
I'm also objecting.
What is your legal objection?
To not waiving my probable cause hearing.
Denied. That's admitted.
Under what grounds am I denied? Not
because you didn't give me a valid objection.
I object.
You can't just object. You got to explain with the valid objection to the
evidence. That we are having a preliminary exam when I haven't had a probable cause hearing and I did not.
They're the same thing, Mr. Michaud.
It's still on this.
Mr. Michaud, they're the same thing.
But it's still, I have a right to a probable cause. Am I right or wrong?
Sure, try.
Am I right? Do I have a right to a probable cause?
That's what today is scheduled for.
But today it says preliminary exam. Right here it says probable cause conference. And today is a different date that says a preliminary.
Have you ever had a grilled cheese?
If it was different.
Have you ever had a grilled cheese?
If it was different, why would it have two
separate? Have you ever had a grilled cheese?
I object to any of that. Why would it have two separate columns?
Take him out.
Why would it have two separate columns?
I'm not playing this game with him today. If you think you can get him to shut up long enough so we can have our hearing, we'll do it. But I'm not going to let him try to run my courtroom.
Okay, I'll just be very brief in my one attempt here. I would like to try to explain what I understand Mr. Michaud's objection to be and what I have also represented to him regarding that objection. Mr. Michaud, I think the court record will reflect, had a probable cause conference first on November 29th and then again on December 20th. I have disclosed, I think I've been very transparent with Mr. Michaud that probable cause conference is a bit of a misleading name because probable cause conference under the court rules does not require that probable cause be established.
Right.
At the second probable cause conference, Mr. Michaud was caring for a sick relative, so he wasn't able to attend that probable cause conference scheduled December 20th.
Which didn't hurt him at all.
Right. I represented him on that day, and I asked the court to waive his appearance so that he could remain with his family.
Which we did.
I understood to be his wishes. I may now understand differently that I misrepresented him in some way, but my goal was just to be able to conduct a probable cause conference where we were going to find out if there was any offer, whether discovery.
You don't have to tell me what they are. I know what they are.
I know, but I'm just trying to.
And I'm trying to explain it to him too, but I'm not going to talk over him.
Right.
And I'm not going to play that crap today.
Right.
So if you want me to explain what's scheduled today versus what was scheduled last time, I'm happy to do that. But you got to be quiet while I'm talking. Clear?
Oh, dude, I hear you.
All right. The last court date that we call a probable cause conference is like a pretrial on a misdemeanor. It gives the parties a chance to discuss the case and see if there's any resolutions prior to the next step. Next step being preliminary exam. At the preliminary exam, the people have to prove to me that there's probable cause to believe that there was a crime and there's reason to believe you were involved. That's what's scheduled today. That is a probable cause hearing. Probable cause conference is just a name that we all came up with instead of saying it's a pretrial for a felony. Do you have any questions based on that?
At what point did I waive it?
We're literally dealing with a living brain donor. If you would just listen to what the judge is saying, you would understand. A probable cause conference is nothing more than a meeting where a conversation would take place. Now, a probable cause hearing, which is what you're bitching about being forced to waive, is actually occurring today. So you haven't waived shit. I swear. They should give court orders to people like you to carry a plan around everywhere you go, just so you can make up for the oxygen you're stealing from the rest of us.
Because if it's a hearing, or
You
a conference,
didn't
right,
waive it.
so
There's nothing to
do
hold.
I have a right to have a probable cause conference?
No.
What?
You can do that right now. Do you want to make a deal with the people?
I want to be able to prepare myself for the probable cause conference. And in order
There's
to
no
prepare,
preparing for a probable cause
It's-
conference.
it's-
It's a conversation.
it still takes preparation.
You want a PCC? Go out in the hallway, have a PCC with the unrepresented defendant.
Judge, just for the record, there will be no offer at this stage.
There's your PCC. Now, do you want to plead guilty? Do you want to have an exam? And at the exam, he's got to prove to me those two things I just said. Probable cause to believe a crime was committed on this date and reason to believe that you were involved. Do you want to have that hearing so he gets to prove his case? Or do you want to waive? That's the other option. You can waive the preliminary exam and we'll take the case directly to circuit court level 2 weeks down the road for an arraignment on information, which I would describe as another pretrial on a felony, where you and the prosecutor can discuss the case, see if there are any offers. That's another option. Would you agree with that assessment, Mr. Sullivan?
I would agree, and I would also just add that Mr. Michaud has made his arguments today, he ruled on his arguments, and that he preserves his right to.
He can appeal them.
As you've already said, at circuit court. So if he wants to sort of move forward on that defense alone, then.
All right, so just real quick before we continue with this. How awesome is this judge? Like, I can't remember. I mean, there's a lot of great judges out there that have handled these situations, but what did he say earlier? Like, get your ass in the seat. And I ain't got time for this shit. I mean, this guy is just straight out. I love this judge. He's got a completely different way of doing it, but he's doing it. And he's like, listen, man, I ain't putting up with none of this. It's no. Ray, you had something to say about the judge?
Yeah, I want to know what he wanted to say about grilled cheese.
Yeah.
Because now I'm thinking about grilled cheese. It's,
right.
I want to know what that was about. I was like, don't shut him up. I want to know what that's about. What was he going to say? Like, what does it have to do with the legal process? Oh, I wanted to know.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, I wish the guy wouldn't have interrupted him because I would have loved to hear the analogy. But like just trying to think, like, you know, I don't know, maybe saying like if you go to a restaurant and order a grilled cheese, that isn't the same thing as actually having one in front of you. I don't know. Like, because again, do I have a right to a blah 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 conference? No. You have a right to a hearing, which is the room you're in right now. That reminds me of how many times have we heard these people in court say, you guys are denying me due process. You're in a courtroom.
Yeah.
It's your due process.
But it's not the way they want it. So it's denying them their due process. All right? It has to be exactly how they want it. They want to run everything.
Well, right, but their due process is that you just dismiss their case no matter what.
Yeah. As soon as they ask you to, and their little incorrectly submitted motions written on crayon,
right?
then that's the only thing they'll accept is dismissed.
Right.
Completely correct, sovereign citizen.
Yeah.
My whole existence is upside down now. I must seek counseling.
Right. Oh my goodness.
Person, I have the right to grilled cheese. It's in the
I have the
Constitution.
right to grilled cheese.
It's Amendment 45. We have the right to grilled cheese.
Right.
On demand in court.
Right? But yeah, I mean, yeah, so we didn't get to hear the grilled cheese analogy, but just I can't do process without a grilled cheese.
Can't do due process without a grilled cheese. Yeah.
That's awesome.
But again, Graham.
Besides that, though, what do you think about this judge and the way he's handling it? I love him.
I love him. Get your ass in the seat or get out.
Right.
Yeah. I don't have time.
Hasn't he already held him in contempt?
Yeah, one for the $100. I'll take contempt of court for $100, yeah. Wonder how far down the road he'll get before it's jail time.
Right?
Like, will he let him get the double jeopardy or will it be jail time?
Double jeopardy, right?
I'll take jail time for $200, yeah.
Well, it looks like we're just a little more than halfway done. Let's see. Maybe it will escalate to that point.
Yeah.
Let's find out, ladies and gentlemen, and see what else this idiot has in store for us. All right.
That, the waiver does not preclude him from
not at all
arguing jurisdiction at the circuit court level. But likewise, if he holds a preliminary exam today, holds the people to that burden, he also maintains the right to continue his objections to jurisdiction, to appeal the court's orders regarding jurisdiction at that next level, at the circuit court level, assuming that the people are able to prove probable cause today.
Now, you want to have an exam today?
Well, I wanted to address some. I served the court some notices.
I haven't read any of that because you were represented by counsel.
No, I wasn't. I don't have any contract.
As far as I knew, you were represented by counsel.
Okay, so now you know. And I served the court notices. And I would like to.
First notice, what would you like to put me on notice about?
Well, I served you notice that I requested the criminal bonding information. I requested
criminal what?
Bid bond.
Hold on.
I requested the bid bond, the performance bond. I have the affidavit.
There is no bond.
There are bonds. This is
okay. Listen. You can't tell me something and then just disagree with me and think. Listen to me, sir. I am not going to let you interrupt me.
Oh, you just interrupt me.
I'm in charge. I get to do shit you don't get to do. It's part of the black roll. Okay, that's just the way it works. My courtroom, I get to decide how it's run.
Now that is how a judge should run their courtroom.
There are no bonds required for me to do what's scheduled today. I've been doing this 25 years. I've never had a bond.
You have a bond.
Okay, I have a bond.
Everyone here has a bond.
Not in any definition I know. So let's get to the point. Do you want an exam today?
No, I really want to address. Okay, so
I'm not addressing any of that crap you got in front of you.
Well, since you say you don't have a bond, can you express that in a via affidavit so I can have a?
It's on the record. Order a transcript. I'm not signing anything for you.
Okay. Also, I want to also address that. I sent affidavit of fee schedules for violation of any of my rights.
There are no fee schedules.
Well, I gave you notice, and
great. Then you gave me notice. Doesn't change anything. We still scheduled for an exam today.
Yes, just put it on the record that I served you notice. Okay. Also, I served you notice on my power of attorney.
Okay, you said that.
Right, and
move on.
You haven't responded to that, as well as my indemnity bond, which separates me, and I have a private capacity. I am not the artificial person.
I don't recognize any of that.
United States citizen. I am
stop.
actually
Hold on. Stop. You can put on notice what you sent the court. if you want to make a record of that. But I'm telling you, I don't recognize any of that stuff you're talking about. I don't recognize that you're not really Frank Michaud. Okay, I understand that's what you're trying to argue, but I don't recognize that.
Under what law could you represent, or you can use, tell me that, not just from what you say, because ignorance of the law is no excuse for you and nobody else. So what you're saying just don't mean nothing. I need to have facts.
Okay, well, it does mean, hold on. It should mean something because.
Prove it, please prove it.
Can I prove what?
Prove that I am not that I am the artificial person.
I can prove you're Frank
I have
Michaud.
full faith and credit.
I can prove.
Okay, so
hold on. You've asked me. I can prove you're Frank Michaud. You know how I can prove that? Because when I called the case and said you either come up here and be Frank Michaud or you leave, you came up here. And you proved it for me.
You threatened me.
But if you're not you, the threat means nothing.
It doesn't mean nothing.
Well, if it means nothing, then why are you complying with his baseless orders? Maybe because deep down, you know exactly how wrong you are and exactly how right he is.
Okay.
But you're still threatening me, and you're using it under color of law.
Okay, listen.
And plus
listen to me. Mr. Michaud,
you have
I've wasted too much time with you. Yes or no?
So,
sir, don't argue with me. Yes or no? Are we doing a preliminary exam today? Yes or no?
I object. I will address.
Answer the question.
I want to address other issues as well.
You're in contempt of court. Put him in jail.
For what?
For contempt of court.
I'm having.
You can appeal that too. Sentence is 30 days. See you in 30 days.
Well, I guess this is the point where delusions and reality meet up in the backyard to bare knuckle brawl with this idiot's freedom on the line. In one corner, we have delusions, which are great for manifesting unicorns with rainbow farts. And in the other corner, we have reality, which is great for manifesting jail time for sovereign citizens. And reality wins every time. Now, this is pretty much the end of the video, but the judge had a few more notable things to say.
I object to that. That's
I'm happy to hear your objection.
Due process.
Appeal me. That's why circuit court judges have jobs. Take him out of here.
Under color of law.
I can give you more than 30 days. John, ask the wife to come in so he can see his property go to his wife. Ma'am, would you accept some personal property from your husband, please?
That was an extreme amount of patience.
Good try.
I appreciate you, giving him as much latitude as you did.
I just can't let him run things. I'll let him engage me and, I don't mind that, but I just can't let him try to run things.
Yeah.
Especially when I got 3 or 4 more exams to do.
Right.
The internet is the worst thing in the world for these guys.
I tried to tell him.
It don't play here.
The court is going to deny your objection. Let's allow this to move forward. He might have been able to win this.
And that's the worst part about all these cases, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes they've got a chance if they just,
We had a good
Ron White,
argument.
right?
Yeah.
Got a constitutional right to remain silent and just can't do it.
You can't fix stupid.
All right, guys, this is the actual end of the video, but don't worry. There's still a lot more to come because due to his contemptuous behavior, he wasn't able to complete his probable cause hearing today. So we'll have at least one more special appearance before Judge Oakley and quite possibly his future court appearances before the circuit court judge. So if you liked the video, hit the like button. If you disliked it, hit the dislike. But don't forget to leave a comment below and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss any of my content. I'm Team Skeptic, and I'm out.
Yeah. You Skeptic always with a banger. Every time, all the time.
Well, I guess we saw how much it took to put him in jail.
Yep, 30 days.
Yeah, it was $100 contempt charge and then jail.
Yep.
30 days. It's like the guy is like, nope, no patience. I'm done. That's it.
Right. And I love the fact that the prosecutor's like, or the defense, I don't remember what, well, they didn't show them on screen, so I don't know which one it was, but one of them was like, thank you, Judge, for your patience. It's like, I tried so hard to even just deal with this idiot, and like you said, the internet's the worst thing for these guys. They read all this crap and they think it's real.
You do. You're so desperate to get away from their own lives.
Yep.
Their own lives are such a mess that they can't deal with it. They just don't want, or they don't want to deal with it. They don't want to get jobs. They don't want to pay taxes or pay for anything. So they go this route.
I'll tell you something. Like one of the things that I, for myself, have had the most trouble dealing with, well, not the thing, but one of the many things, is anytime I'm ever in a situation that's bad, and when I think about it, I know that I put myself in that spot. And I could see someone in a position like that wanting to try and find a way out, as opposed to, okay, I'm somewhere where I deserve to get smacked. I need to just take my beating and go about my day. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I put myself in this position. I have to deal with the mess I made. But
Yeah.
instead, try to find somebody else to come clean it up for you, or to
Right.
just not clean it at all and just walk away. Like,
Dealing with the
no.
consequences of your actions.
Yep.
Wow. Being an adult.
Oh, yeah, right?
If you've done something in your life that it's like, it feels like it's a giant mess, then you just have to take one step at a time to remedy it.
Yep.
Like you have 2-3 tickets and it's like, oh my gosh, they're expensive. It's impossible. Well, you pay one off at a time,
Yep.
because you got to make sure your license is clean. And this day and age, where I live, there's no bus system, or there's hardly a bus system. And where I lived back in Illinois, there was hardly a bus system. They took it away,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's it. It's like, you find yourself in that position and you're the one who put yourself there, you you have to just swallow your pride and move forward. You made your bed, you got to lie in it.
Yeah.
Like, whatever happened to that expression? How come they're not teaching these guys that on the internet?
Because they were, I don't know, if they're younger, they were just raised different. They were raised a lot different.
Yep.
A lot of the younger people were not, and this is no offense to anyone who's younger. A lot of you who are great, but there's also a lot of them that were raised to not accept consequences, to not deal with them. The parents dealt with it for them. So then they got out in the open, into the wild. They didn't know anything of how to do anything,
Yep.
Like, they're not taught anymore how to even cursive right. They're not taught how to write checks or budget. They're not taught how to shop and save, like, what's on sale, save money, coupons, any of it. They're not taught laundry even.
Yeah.
And that's just amazing to me. How are they going to even know the basics to get out and run a household?
I remember when I taught my kids on a gas stove about the broiler. Wait, you mean that handle down there actually opens something?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Come here, let me show you. You pull this out, you put the food in there, you slide it, and then the heat's on top of the food instead of under it. It's broiling. It's the broiler.
Most people
that's
thought
what
it was pan storage.
Huh?
Most people think it's pan storage.
That's what my mom uses it for. No, but to be fair, right now we have an electric oven, so it's not. The broiler's actually in the
oven. Yeah. So it is actually pan storage down there.
Right. But yes, in the gas stoves, a lot of people think that's what it's for. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I think they should even teach how to do simple taxes in school, like it's a 40 EZ form. I think they should teach that. Give kids a head start on that at least, because it's so overwhelming for them when they get out and it's all the stuff they're faced with that they crumble sometimes, and that's how those people are just ready to pounce.
Yeah.
People get scared, they don't know what to do, and those people are right there. Pounce, and they get them.
Yep.
It seems so easy, and they're so convincing.
Yep. Like I've said, I've told the story a few times. The whole way I first found out about any of this was because I owed the state $80 for an expired license plate, and I was looking online to see if I could figure out ways around it. And I started seeing these guys. Now, it didn't take me long. I mean, I was looking at it maybe 15 minutes before I realized, no, this is all BS. And then, you know what I did, Ray? I acted like an adult, and I made a phone call.
And you got the help you needed.
Got the whole thing taken care of. I mean, it was a pain in the ass, but I did it. If I would have went the sovereign citizen route, who knows if I'd even be here today.
Internet God, hang on to that gas stove as long as you can.
Yep.
Chain yourself to it if you have to. Electric stoves suck.
Yeah, they're horrible, horrible, horrible. I hate them.
Ooh, that's good, Internet God.
What do you say?
That his daughter is taking a class about taxes, insurance.
Oh, good, good, good.
Financial planning in high school. That's good. She's going to come out way ahead.
Yep. Yeah, that there's so many like classes and oh wait a minute, I knew I wasn't responsible when I made my grilled cheese. Yeah, I think I may have told Ray this story, but I don't know if I ever told you guys this story. But for some reason, that comment made me think about it. When I was little, my brother made his first macaroni and cheese, but he was a kid, so he didn't know that you're supposed to put water in the pot with the noodles. So he just put the macaroni in a pot on the fire and then kind of started the house on fire. Yeah, that wasn't fun. Anyway, what was that last comment?
Let me find it.
I missed it.
Edward.
Sorry.
His brother almost went soft.
My brother almost went soft sit when his license was suspended, but I talked him out of it. Good. Good.
Yeah.
But that's it. The point is I can see how someone in a desperate situation might start looking online and start hearing this information and like, you know, how they get baited, you know, but once they got them hooked and reel them in, it's like, come on, man. At some point you have to let your brain kick in and realize that this is all nonsense, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well. My sister never waited for the water to boil. She always had starch in the cheese. Yeah. That's yes. I used to get my ex. I used to yell at her all the time because she would put the noodles in the water, and at the same time, I'm like, you boil the water first, then you pour the noodles in.
Oh, she used to parboil them. I don't like that.
Well, no, she did it all at once. So what it ended up with, the noodles were all mushy.
That's
it's just like she said, just a pile of starch in the bowl at the end.
That's parboiling.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, you don't do that with noodles. You don't.
Right. And it was just no.
Hey, Mark.
Anyway,
looks like you only need 4 more likes for a super duper adjective.
A second super mega ultra hardcore happy dance of the day.
Well, that was only that was a special one.
Well, you're right. Yeah, of course, of course.
But now it looks like, well, I'm showing 5 likes, but they're saying 4. So.
All right. Well, then.
Pizza. I want grilled cheese though.
Yes, yes, yes.
You're back.
All right. All right. So then what we'll do is I'll play the last video, and then when I come back, if we got our 80 likes, we'll go off on a happy dance. How about that?
Sounds good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, women and children of all ages, thank you guys for joining us. You're the best fans in the world. Here's some NCR News Network. All right, for your entertainment pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, shenanigans.
Hi, folks. Today, I have for us a video from Long Island Audits, where he tries to enter a migrant care facility. But before we start today's video, as always, a big thank you to all my current channel members and subscribers. Without your guys' ongoing support, I couldn't keep the channel going, so thank you from the bottom of my heart. Also, for me, if you could please subscribe to the page, leave a like and a comment, because it helps with the algorithm, and if you can, consider becoming a member. With all that being said, let's enjoy today's video.
We're at the Migrant Resource Center here in San Antonio, Texas. We're here today to peacefully exercise our First Amendment right to film in public and publicly accessible areas, to promote transparency and accountability within our government, and to ensure that our public servants recognize our rights and treat us with respect. Let's get into it. All right, fellow patriots, let's take a look around the facility here.
Sir. Hey, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, come over here.
Who are you, sir? Hey, how are you? No, I don't need any help.
Wow, you really have to be desperate for help if you thought this was a good idea. I mean, trying to audit a migrant resource center. Why would you do that unless you were trying to get some kind of boost in the algorithm by inciting people's, hatred towards immigration or what have you? But I digress. Why would you want to harass people who were coming to a center to get resources to help them who've come to this country legally? Is it because you have no empathy and you don't care about your fellow man? You just want to get that simple ad money because, well, in all honesty, you're probably a greedy person for thinking this was a great idea.
Your names? I'll take your names. Okay.
Get out of here, okay?
Why do I need to leave? It's private property. You're San Antonio police, so you're patrolling private property. Are you patrolling private property, sir? You're not, though, right? This is city property, correct? This is taxpayer funded property, correct, sir?
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
Now, the officer is correct that it is public and private at the same time. Allow me to elaborate further. In 2021, the city of San Antonio, with the help of the Catholic Archdiocese and several nonprofit charities and several nonprofit Catholic charities, got together to open up the Migrant Resource Center. This center is designed and set up to help migrant families who come through the U.S. borders and customs legally to get to host families. But not only that, but it provides resources such as food, a phone, and internet access to contact their host family and possibly family from where they originally were from, local transportation, and resources to their host families. Why, Sean? I ask you, why are you there? What have these people done to you? This is set up at a Catholic Church's Sacred Heart School, so it is private property. If they wish, they can have you trespassed. And the city is a part of this endeavor, so they would have their police provide security as a help to prevent any acts of violence from ever happening.
Right? Okay. As long as we're on the same page that it's taxpayer funded property, because it is. Why would that be if this is taxpayer funded property, sir? May I get your name?
Yes, I already told you, sir.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. What was it? Ramos? And Perez. 918 and 1164. Yeah. Like I said, this is city property, so we shouldn't have any issues here. I know you said it was private property, but it's not. That's why you're San Antonio police and you're here. If it was private property, you would have no business to be here, right? But this is public property, sir. What does escort me out mean? Why can't I be here? But why is that? I want to know why.
This guy is fucking stupid.
Hi. Why is that? Can I speak to your supervisor, please?
Here you go.
Can I speak to your supervisor, please, officer?
Yes, I need to go. I need to take you out of here, okay, sir?
But why is that? I'm not breaking any laws. This is public property. This is not a restricted area.
Okay. All right. Not want him here. All right. One, sir.
I would like to speak to a supervisor, please.
Okay.
Don't put your hands on me, okay?
Okay. I'm escorting you. Are you refusing to leave? Are you refusing to leave at this point, sir?
Is that a lawful order you're giving me to leave?
Yes. Right now, I am.
All right, I'd like to speak to a supervisor.
Okay.
As Karen Paul Reyes here waits for the manager to show up, let me give him a little bit of helpful information. At this point in time, you could be cited or even arrested under Section 30.05 of the Texas Penal Code, trespassing, which states, provided that a person commits the offense if a person has entered or remains on the property of another without effective consent, and the person has notice that the entry was forbidden, receives notice to depart, and fails to do so. Since they have asked you to leave multiple times and have gotten confirmation that you are not welcome there because you're not there to get any of the services that the Migrant Resource Center has to offer, you are now subject to getting a citation to go to court for a trespassing charge or be arrested for criminal trespassing under the statute.
This is public property. I have every right to be here. I want to make it clear just for the federal lawsuit. If I don't leave, are you going to arrest me?
It's a possibility.
It's a possibility. It's a yes or no, sir. This is public property. You have no right to do this.
Okay.
I'd like to speak to your supervisor.
Okay.
Can I get your name and badge number, sir? Hi, how are you? Can I get your name and badge number, sir?
Can you go to the property, sir? Step outside, sir.
Can I get your name and badge number, sir?
It's right here, sir.
Right here? Do you spell that RITEWRIGHT? How you spell right here? Even in Texas, you have officers' names right here, huh? Can I get your name and badge number, ma'am? Is it right here as well? Right there. Okay, so it's a little bit different than right here. It's right there. Got it. Can you call supervisor? I want you to call supervisor. I want you to call supervisor. I'm not on.
I want to speak to your
Are you refusing to leave the property?
I'm not on the property.
At the end of the gate.
I am not on the property. This is a public sidewalk. This is in line with the public sidewalk. I looked at the GIS surveys, so you can go ahead and arrest me. This is a public sidewalk. So go ahead and arrest me. Go ahead. Go ahead. This is a public sidewalk. I've already looked at the GIS surveys.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and then you could lose your qualified immunity and then I can hold you accountable in federal court. I've done it many times before, officer. I would highly suggest you don't involve yourself in something that you're not going to win. You're not going to win it.
Okay.
I want to speak to your supervisor. As per your policy, you're to call your supervisor when a member of the public asks to speak to your supervisor, and I'm asking you to speak to your supervisor, sir.
Okay.
Can you call one?
8 minutes.
To do rounds? Or did you call him? I didn't see you call anyone.
Okay.
This is not even a restricted area. Oh, do I?
Let's see. The big orange barricades, the traffic cones, the taping off areas, the metal gates surrounding it, and the security makes it seem like you might need to have permission to get back there. I mean, it's like they're making a perimeter and having a restricted access point because you're not there for any legitimate business. You're not there for any legitimate services. You're from New York. You're in Texas trying to harass migrant workers and migrant families. Really? Think about that, man.
I want to get unlawfully arrested in San Antonio today. really don't want to have my freedom taken away from me, but you guys are making it very difficult because you're not allowing transparency and accountability in the First Amendment inside of a publicly funded area. This is publicly funded. This is a taxpayer funded area. So I'm hoping if I speak to your supervisor, he will understand and he will prevent you from doing something you're going to regret. So if I go into the taxpayer funded property, sir, are you going to arrest me? I just need to know. Are you going to arrest me? Because I'm going to go over there then.
So you can't come in here. Okay?
By whose order? Your order?
So you're not authorized to be in here, sir.
How am I not authorized to be in here? This is not a restricted area.
Okay, sir.
Who's authorized to be in here? Isn't this a migrant resource?
Are you a migrant, sir?
Have you asked me if I'm a migrant? Or?
I just asked you,
Yeah.
Are you a migrant, sir?
So I need resources, right?
Liar!
The fact would go that low to try to get access and to lie that you're a migrant. Where's the credibility in you as a First Amendment auditor? Where's your transparency? Because you're there about the First Amendment. This is a migrant resource center. You're Puerto Rican. You should understand the struggles that Hispanic people have to go through, especially those who are trying to get a better life for their families. This is a place for people to get resources to get to host families so they can get a better life for themselves, for their families, to get food for their children, to be able to contact their families and let them know they're safe. And you want to go in there for what reason? We've already discussed it. This was paid for by charities, not the city. Go on the website. It will tell you. You are a cold, heartless, shallow individual, Mr. Sean Paul Reyes. And I hope you have a long look in the mirror and you can see that.
Okay, sir.
So can I get resources? This is funded by taxpayers, a migrant resource center. City of San Antonio, City of San Antonio. Yeah,
okay.
Excuse me. City of San Antonio.
Yes, sir.
Migrant Resource Center, correct? That's what this is?
This is a migrant resource center, sir.
Funded by the city, right? And the taxpayers?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so what's the issue?
You can't come in here, sir.
What are you hiding in there?
I'm not hiding anything, sir.
Obviously you are. If you won't let me walk around, you're obviously hiding something, right? You're hiding something. Okay. There's something in there you don't want me to see.
He's creating privacy
sure
for the people they're helping. How about that?
Is this your supervisor right here?
Yes, sir.
Can I speak to you, please? So we have 4 San Antonio police officers here protecting this migrant resource center from members of the public. I'm not exactly sure why. Hello? I think he said I could just go back in. Yeah, he did. He said he went like this. Don't put your hands on me.
I'm just giving you back, sir.
Don't put your hands on me.
Okay, sir.
Don't put your hands on me.
Okay, sir.
De-escalate the situation. Don't put your hands on me, all right? You're not.
Okay, sir.
Hey, how you guys doing today? Are you gentlemen supervisors?
I'm a supervisor.
You're a supervisor, and your name, sir?
Sergeant Alanis.
Sergeant what?
Alanis.
Alanis, Sergeant Alanis. Nice to meet you, sir. Hey, I'm just
Y'all two go there. We'll switch out.
So this is taxpayer-funded property, right? This is funded by taxpayers?
You can step back a little bit, sir. You can't be on property.
I can't what?
You can't be inside here, sir.
Why would that be?
Because you're not allowed to.
Why am I not allowed?
Sir, you got to step back.
This is taxpayer-funded property,
Yes, sir.
sir.
You got to step back. You can't be on property.
Sir, this is taxpayer-funded property.
Okay.
Why am I not allowed to come in here? Isn't this a migrant resource center, sir?
You cannot come in here, sir.
But why can't I? Is it a restricted area?
Yes.
Where does it say that's restricted?
I don't know. The fact that they have barricades, the fact that they have people standing security telling them where to go, the entrance signs pointing where their access are. I think that makes it restricted, Sean. Plus, the simple fact of the matter is this is not paid by the taxpayers. It is funded by the Catholic Church and other nonprofit charities. Go onto the website for the Migrant Resource Center, and it tells you in black and white. Yes, the city of San Antonio is hosting it, but the funding is coming from charities. That makes it private. They can deny you access. They don't have to let you in there because, as your acronym is, liar, you're not there for journalistic purposes. You're not there for transparency. You're there to make a YouTube video because you're desperate for clicks and views, because I don't think anybody's buying Attorney Shield.
It doesn't say it's restricted anywhere. There's no gates or anything. This is open to the public. So I want to make it clear. Your officers already they wouldn't answer the question. I want to make it clear. If I go on this property, because I want to make it clear. And your name was, sir?
Detective Vasquez.
Detective Vasquez. So Sarge, I want to make this very clear. Because I just want you to I want you to understand something. I'm an activist. This is what I do. I hold government accountable, and I've hold them accountable from New York City to a big government like New York City, and I'll hold San Antonio accountable. You're saying that if I go on taxpayer-funded property, you're going to arrest me. And I'm telling you, everybody else you've dealt with before me today, you've never met anybody like me, because I will hold you accountable, Sergeant. So you're telling me this public property that's publicly accessible, I am not allowed to be here, or you will arrest me, Sergeant?
So you can't get off property.
Are you going to arrest me? I need to know if you're going to arrest me or not. How come these people are allowed in the property? How come she's allowed in the property? So I can go this way?
No, you cannot.
Why not?
Because they are migrants that have come here and they have a wristband.
Did you just check their?
Yes, I checked their wristband. You saw
Okay. So I would like to apply for some services here then, sir.
me. Okay, just wait here and we'll get somebody for you.
Right. Okay. Sergeant, I need you to I want to be clear, Sergeant. Sergeant, I want to be clear.
You need to take a step back, sir.
Sir, this is an entranceway. Stop. Come on, Sergeant, stop. Sergeant, stop. Sergeant, this is an entranceway. I'm not doing anything. Just, you need to de-escalate the situation. Sergeant, listen. Are you telling me, because I need to, this is my property. This is taxpayer-funded property, sir. Because I'm trying to have you hear me. This is taxpayer-funded property.
No!
Sir, why are you doing this? This is taxpayer-funded property. Are you telling me, all I need to know is, are you going to arrest me, Sergeant, if I go on taxpayer-funded property? I'm sorry? On taxpayer-funded public property, right? I would like to speak to your supervisor, Sergeant.
You have somebody coming right now.
This is ridiculous. What do you have to hide in here? What's wrong with me walking around on public property? This is public property, sir. Right now, I'm right in line with the sidewalk. See the sidewalk here, sir? I'm right in line with the sidewalk. This is ridiculous. What are you hiding in here? It's just the Migrant Resource Center. What's the big deal? At least that's what it says. What it's supposed to be. So they have wristbands. So it's like a club, I guess. You get a wristband, ladies and gentlemen, and in that wristband, it's what gives you access to this property or not, huh?
It's as if they're trying to, I don't know, stop people from getting in to exploit these migrant workers and these migrant families. Maybe it's they're trying to protect them from somebody who won't do harm to them because they're migrants. You know, you said you were a migrant. Did you come here legally like they did? Where are you from? How did you get here? Let's ask those questions, Sean. Come on. if you're going to lie to try to get access so you can make your little YouTube video, you should be held accountable. You're supposed to be a moral figure for your community. But yet you're using underhanded and dishonest tactics. Shame on you.
So if you're not a citizen, you can be on the property. Oh, I can't wait to litigate this with you in court. Cannot wait to litigate with the San Antonio Police Department and the city of San Antonio over this. This is ridiculous. So you're not a citizen. You have more rights on this property that's funded by taxpayers than taxpayers do. Are you kidding me? That doesn't make any sense. You are literally letting people in who aren't citizens, and you're keeping out a United States citizen from the property. Does that make any sense? I want to see what our taxpayer money is going to. I want to take a look around. What's the big deal? Who's coming? I don't.
I'm sorry, guys. I just want to pause it there for a second. I'm not going to come on screen, though. Well, yeah, I guess I could do this, but I want you guys to look at this because this is something that I talk about a lot. And by the way, we're over 80 likes. That's why I got the hat on. After this, we're going to do the Super Mega Ultra Hardcore Happy Dance, and then we'll go out on that. But what are we looking at right now? This is the same thing we've been looking at for almost the entire video. Again, you listen to what he's saying. You listen to the narration. And this horrible tyrant is doing these horrible rights violations, and he's escalating the situation. Okay, what is he doing? Watching the video, what is he actually doing? He's standing there leaning on a post. That's it. That's his big, evil, crazy tyranny, his escalation of the situation. What an idiot.
Understand. I called for a supervisor. You came here and you're just as ignorant as the officers, sir. You're telling me that you're telling me I can't go on the property, but you won't even tell me if you'll arrest me or not. I don't want to get arrested, but at the end of the day, I've been arrested 9 times, Sergeant. I'm on the level with you, okay? I've been arrested 9 times since I've started my activism, and I promise you, all 9 times I've had the charges dismissed, and the officers have been sued, and the city has been sued. So if you want
shenanigans, shenanigans, oh, that's a dump truck of a landfill size shenanigans, right? For K behind you were to write apology letters to them, to the sheriff's department, and to the city. Because when that was brought up on Mark Stout.
Dag nabbit, am I in pizza time again?
Yeah, we're. I don't know if you still are.
Okay, am I back? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, cool. Sorry, because this is the important part. This is where he shows the Long Island audit lying. So let me go back a little bit and replay that part.
Where you walked up behind the police officers, you were arrested there. And you were sentenced to write apology letters to them, to the sheriff's department, and to the city. Because when that was brought up on Mark Stout's channel, you deleted that video. You had it taken down. And what about in the Danbury case? You were arrested in Danbury, Connecticut for your activism, and you had to pay court fines. And you did that childish move of going to pay in pennies. Yeah, you're a big old fat liar with them shenanigans right there, because there's 2 cases that you've said that you have sued the cops and won. But if you won, why did you have to write those letters, and why did you have to pay those fines?
To make it an even 10, we can do that. We can do that. Absolutely ridiculous. Listen, if you want to use taxpayer money to help migrants, listen, that's up to the city. Nothing to do with me. But you're going to keep out taxpayers from evaluating what's going on here is absolutely ridiculous. And then your officer puts his hands on me. That's excessive force. I want to file a complaint against him. I know you think it's funny, but you can't put your hands on law-abiding citizens, sir. I don't know who taught you otherwise. I don't know if it was this sergeant. I don't know if it was another your academy, but you can't put your hands on law-abiding citizens. This is public property, publicly accessible. It's pretty sad that we're in the United States of America and I can't walk on a taxpayer-funded property because I know that you will arrest me and you will take me to jail. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So as you can see here, ladies and gentlemen, there aren't any restricted area signs anywhere around here. How many officers are stationed here? A lot? Yeah, how many officers are stationed here? At least 4, right? At least 4? That's a lot of resources going to this facility. Oh man, looks like we're gonna get arrested today. Number 10. Oh, I don't want to be arrested. It's private property that's funded by, that's being taken over right now by the city of San Antonio, which means it is publicly accessible now.
No, it's not, Sean. I mean, come on. The city does not own the property. The Catholic diocese does. They are working with the Catholic diocese. That's why they have the cops there as security, because they're volunteering them. Yes, we're paying for that, but everything else is being paid for by charities, by the Catholic Church. Why can't you do your research? Why can't you do your homework? It took me 5 seconds of Googling the San Antonio Migrant Resource Center to find out that, hey, they're being paid by charities and the Catholic Church. Why can't you get it through that little thick skull of yours that this is not government funded, it's not taxpayer funded, it is a private facility?
Because you're not in, you are paying, the city of San Antonio is funding all of this, including you being here. Of course you can. You could just walk in. This is public property. Of course you can.
We have a blanket CT, criminal trespassing order. If you come past like you are, you can be arrested.
A blanket criminal trespassing order. First of all, I'm not past the sidewalk, number one.
For this location.
For a specific law, specifically for this location, it was passed.
Right here.
I'm not going inside. I'm going to stay in the parking lot.
No, you're not going to stay in the parking lot. You can stay out there. You can film all you want out there. You can talk to whoever you want out there. You can't come in here.
So, Vasquez, if I come in here, you'll be arrested. That's all I need to hear. Why is it so hard for you to say that? Just all you got to say is, if you come inside this property, we will arrest you. What's so hard about that?
We're going to ask you to leave. And if you don't leave, you'll be arrested.
Okay, so if I come on the property, you're going to ask me to leave, and then, okay, I'm on the property.
You need to get off property, sir.
Or what?
You're going to be arrested.
Or I will be arrested. There you go. There's the magic words. That's all you had to say. You just earned yourself a federal lawsuit. That's all that happened here. You earned yourself a federal lawsuit. I know you might hear that a lot, and a lot of people don't follow through, but...
And the snake's true colors show themselves. You weren't there for transparency. You weren't there for the concern of the migrant families or other migrant workers there. You were there because you wanted to try to get some go-away money. This is why people hate frauditors. This is why people make a mockery of you frauditors. Because you guys are nothing more than money-hungry degenerates. I'm ending the video here. He continues on with his tirade of, I'm going to sue and this isn't right. What's not right is you trying to exploit these poor people trying to make a better life for themselves. If you guys like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a like and a comment because it helps with the algorithm. And if you can, please consider becoming a member. With all that being said, be well, be safe, and I'll see you guys next time. And a special thank to all members of the news team. Without your guys' continuous ongoing support, I couldn't keep the channel going. So from the bottom of my heart.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for NCR News Network. Yes. All right. Thank you guys once again for joining us. Always great to have you here. Love you guys. You're the best fans in the world. You make my mornings. You put a smile on my face every day. I love it. We got over 80 likes, so we decided we're going to go out on a super, mega, ultra, hardcore, happy dance. All right. In the meantime, before I go ahead and start that, Ray, did you want to say goodbye to the peoples?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. All right. What's that?
Couldn't find my unmute button. It wouldn't. My mouse wouldn't work. Yeah. Thank you guys again for everything, like we said earlier. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Love yes.
All right. Yes. Thank you so much. All right. So let's go ahead and do this happy dance, and then we'll see you guys in the morning. All right. Here we go, guys. guys for joining us. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the support. Everything you guys do every day. You're the best fans in the world. Ding, dong, dang, dag, nabbit. Oh, yeah, I'm all shook up.